Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Pouring by Cheryl. I'm Cheryl. Today I've got these coasters. I'm going to put some color in it and then we're going to put some stickers on it. These are the leaves I'm going to use. You'll see here in just a minute what I'm talking about. I've got my resin already mixed up and split into these 3 cups. I'm using my Teexpert resin. So let's get started. These are the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use orange and I'm going to use some apricot. I'm going to put those in the same cup and mix them because the apricot's just not quite orangey enough for autumn or fall, whichever you prefer to say. I go back and forth. That's just me. Okay, let me go ahead and get some of these mixed up. I'm going to put a couple of scoops in there of the apricot. And I'm not going to put a lot of orange in it, just a little, about maybe a scoop, half a scoop, something like that. Let's stir it up and see how it looks. That's turning out really pretty. Look at that color. It looks like the color of the leaves when they're turning colors. And it's opaque enough, so that looks good. Let me set that aside. Then we'll do my seaweed green. And I'm going to put a little bit of this brown sugar in it to give it a little more depth. We'll see how that turns out. I always need to put the caps on before I put it away because if I don't, I know I'll make a mess. I do it all the time. Okay, let's see how this is turning out. Ooh, look at that color. Isn't that pretty? Okay, set that aside. Anytime you're mixing mica powder, make sure you're mixing thoroughly because you don't want any powder bombs. This is my bronze color. I'm using it as a 3rd color. I think all 3 of these colors scream autumn to me. And that's what I'm going for in this one. Okay, here we go. Let's see how they turn out. I'm going to mix these 2 at the same time. Let me take the sticks out, make it easier to pour. Okay. I'm just going to pour them side by side in this corner right, in the top corner. Giving them some time to spread. Okay. Now I'm going to pour my bronze in. I'm just doing a thin layer because I'm going to be putting a sticker on them and then a top coat. I'm trying to get the same amount in each one. All I'm doing is going around and trying to drag it to the edges so it'll have resin all the way to the edges. And I need to do this with all of them. And it doesn't matter that I'm mixing the colors. I'm going to mix them anyway. Just trying to push it to the edges. I think those three colors look really pretty together. And now I'm going to do is go around the edges here and make sure there's no bubbles on the edges, hopefully. But first I'm going to use the rest of my color resin in there. Scrape it out into it. We don't want to waste resin. I'm trying to get the patches pretty much even so that we have the same color in each one of them. Same amount of color, that is. Now, if you've mixed the resin up completely and you've put it into a different cup, scraping the sides is not an issue at all. All of it's going to be completely mixed. It's when you use it in the same, when you mix it and use it in that same one, if you haven't scraped the sides real good, you're going to find patches of unmixed resin that's going to make it soft. So make sure you mix your resin really, really good when you're mixing it. And I've put it into different cups so I know that it's mixed correctly. Stirred up enough. Okay, I'm going to go around and I'm going to make a design in these. Just kind of mix them around a little bit so the colors don't have that hard line. And it drags some of the color into the other spots. I'm going to do that to all of them. I like to go both ways. That way it brings in more color, hopefully. But as we all know, resin does what resin wants to do. So you never know what you're going to get. You can try. But sometimes it has a mind of its own, and there's no sometimes to it. Okay, I'm going to let this sit, and I'll get back to you as soon as it's cured. All right, I've got these cured. Decided I'm going to put my froggy pictures on it with a little bit of the leaves. So you ready to see them? Here we go. That turned out beautiful. Look at that. Look at how they blend together. Okay, let's go ahead and put these UVDTF stickers on there. Anytime you do a these stickers, there's a protective top Well, sometimes I find when you bend the corner down a little bit like that, it helps it sometimes, and it did. Okay, you peel the backing off. Then you take the sticker and you put it exactly where you want it. Don't put it, don't put it down because you can't lift it up. Once you set it down, it's where you set it. Because if you try to lift these up, they will come out. Or it'll come right off and it'll rip. Pieces will come off, not all of it. I usually push it down hard like this, all over. And then peel the protective sticker right off. He is so cute. Sorry, I love that froggy. That's one of my favorites. That one came off super easy. I just got these little, let's see. I got these DTF stickers off of Temu. I've had them for a while. And try not to get any bubbles underneath them. If you do get bubbles underneath them, which I have not so far, all you can do is take a little, like, something to poke it to get that bubble out, poke the air out, and then flatten it down. Just do that. These are cute little autumn stickers. Let's see. They got pumpkins and leaves and everything like that. And when you lift this back, be careful you don't lift the resin right out of the mold. I've done that a time or two, and it's not good because if you break that seal, it will go underneath it. All right, we got those done. Now what I'm going to do is I've got to mix my resin, and then I will be back when I've got my Teexpert resin mixed up. All right, I've got my Teexpert resin mixed up. We're going to go ahead and pour some in these to give it a top, or to give it a coating. And I'm going to throw a little bit of these leaves in there. So let's go ahead and just pour a little bit on top of each one. Not only does this protect the sticker, even though they're not really needing protected, they're going to hold these little leaves down. I'm not putting a lot in them, just enough to hold some of these leaves. Get a better grip on that. Felt like it was going to fall off or fall out of my hand. When I'm finally done with them, I'm going to have them domed. All right. Pulling it all the way to the edge. Okay, let's go ahead and get some of these leaves on here, make it look like they're falling leaves. I get a set of tweezers. Okay, here we go. Try not to get too many, but just enough. Well, I'll move them around. You know, got to be careful. It never fails when I'm trying to do something. Let me get a silicone tool to move these around a little bit and get them completely dunked. Sometimes I like them clumped. Sometimes I like them one leaf falling. Just depends on my mood. I'll definitely have to get some more in there. I have me a nice little pile under here. I got these leaves off of Temu. I think I got them last year. Okay, let's see what I can do with these. I got to get that out of his eye. I don't think I want a leaf in his eye. He's already got one behind his head. That looks good. I don't want to cover that book up. He's got books at his feet. I'm hoping these leaves stay just about where I put them. They probably won't, because if you've been doing resin for more than a minute, you know that things will travel to the center. So you just got to be careful. Just got to kind of keep an eye on it, make sure they're where you want it. All right, that's looking good. All right. Get that one off of me. There we go. Okay, well, I will be back when these are ready to demold, and we will see you then. All right, welcome back. They're all nice and cured. Let's get them out of these molds. I mean, you can see them right now, so it's not like it's a surprise. All I have to do is clean up this edges a little bit, but look at that. Those are so pretty. These are some cute autumn coasters. We're going to put some cork on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That way it doesn't mess with the countertop or wherever you put it. All you do with this cork is you take the backing off and gently put it on. That's pretty though. That turned out lovely. Okay, put it on there as even as possible. Because this is the kind of cork, once it goes down, it's down. You can't, you have a hard time lifting it back up. There we go. I will get some nice pictures for you after I clean up the edges. I'm just going to use my deburring tool to go around the edges. And I will be back to you with pictures. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Share it if you'd like. And I heard there's a hype if you can. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has bought me a coffee, everyone who's supported my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.